Are we ready to go? Dimitri, are we ready to go? Okay, I'll do a little introduction, then they go. Okay, thanks. All right, hey everybody. Thank you for joining us. It's Chris Trencher here, Friday afternoon. I am delighted to have the opportunity to be streaming a match between two of my dear friends in the backgammon community, Rory Pascar and Roberto Litzenberger. This is round 14 of the World Individual Backgammon Online Individual Backgammon Championship hosted by the World Backgammon Federation. I think these guys both have 4 losses, so the it's winner go home. And glad you guys could join us. So we're going to get started shortly. Looks like Rory has black and Roberto has white, and I'm going to text them now, and we're gonna get going. Okay, so given Rory the go ahead, he's got an opening 5-1. I think both of these guys need no introduction if you're a regular in the backgammon community, either U.S. or internationally. Rory lives with his wife and daughter in Boston. Very accomplished both as a player and promoter. He ran the Las Vegas tournaments for a while. Now does the Chicago tournament and the Boston tournament. And on the playing side, recently made GM 3. Roberto also has been a part of the tournament circle for an extended period of time. Regular on the circuit with his wife Irina, who plays as well, of course. And he has in recent years been running the Players Cup, which is an extension to the BMAB. Usually happens before the traditional events of the tournament start. At a typical 4 or 5 day tournament, you'll have a tournament where everything is recorded. The PRs are distributed, and the prize money is paid out both on the results of the brackets as well as the PRs, and that's become a very popular format in recent years. So both these guys, great guys, good players, and regulars in the circuit. So we're starting here. Rory's got a little bit the better position at this point. Okay. Rory will actually come in on the 1 and hit with the 5. And he might have a double next roll, depending on how Roberto responds here. Okay. Rory didn't have a double. Of course, he probably will have a double, and he'll hit 13-5 with the remaining 2. And unless Roberto rolls a 5, I think Rory should double. Rory should double this, I think, even though Roberto's got the back game. Rory's only up 61 pips, which makes Roberto's timing a little suspect.
Your opponent doubles.
Roberto's also got a little bit of a structure in something like this. There's all sorts of perils to time this Roberto. So I look at double here. Okay, 6-5, obviously, and we'll look and see what he does with 2. Okay, he plays 8-6 with 2. Roberto comes in with the 1, 13-9. 4-2. Rory makes the 9 point. He eschews the hit there. Roberto at this point has to look at going forward, because this double 4s is not is going to be very damaging for his timing. So what does he do with the last one here? I think he hits. It's very perilous, of course. Rory could hit him back with 6s, 1s, or 2s off the roof, so the 3s miss except for 4-3. But if Rory can gain if Roberto can gain a foothold in the outfield, he's got a chance to make a game out of this. So now if you do these three, what do you do with the last one? I think you're doing 22-18 here. So it looks like 18-14 and then 13-9. Okay. So he elects not to hit, just tries to play from the bar. At this point, Roberto doesn't have a lot of contain against any of the checkers on Rory's side, so he's basically focusing on containing the last checker. Rory straggler. The double five is obviously a great number. Fills in 2 points on a potential 8-3 prime. So Rory will come up with the 4 and in with the 3. Rory can clear the 9 point, but I think he just wants to get out, not tear down his structure at all voluntarily. Roberto spring the back checker, 24-18. Yep, 2014. Roberto needs a 7 here, all of which work. Double ones. Now he can make the 5 point, obviously, but he may want to come up in Rory's board. I don't think he'd want to come up all the way to the 22, but he might want to come up just to the 23. Okay. All right, decides to stay back and make the point. Rory will make his 3 point here. Roberto's got a game if he can come up with a 7, and he gets a 7. Okay. Lucky. Very lucky. Sorry, I'm going to try and turn off my sound here. We don't need to. I think he has to play the 3 from the 18 to 15. He doesn't want Rory to make the bar with tempo. I don't like this play. Now Rory can hit with tempo there. I think I would have played 18-15 and then 6-2 and hope that Rory rolled a very small number. He'd have the 2-3 anti-joker, obviously, and some of his smaller numbers might leave a few stray shots in the outfield. Now Roberto's reduced to an 8-point game. And his timing is not assured here. Rory can look at slotting one of the stragglers on the 23 and hoping that Roberto could hit it. Well, now Roberto comes in, but he could have done that before. So we'll play 12-9 here. No reason to give him the ace-6. Roberto's going to have to break a little more. Yeah, you hit with the 6 here, bring the 3 in, good. I think 9-5, 4-2 here. You don't want to put a spare checker on the bar. That's a nice shot. Get some spares on the 4 point. And this is many of you who've read Michi's work know that he likes these mountain structures with a strip 6, lots of spares on the 5 and 4. And that's what Rory's achieved here. Not a great shot. Allows him to clear the 5 and put the spares on. Roberto's now bringing the checkers out to make sure he doesn't get backgammon before he rolls some doubles. He's ready before he leaves his shot. Rory's got that's the shot leading number here. Unlucky. Roberto misses the 3. Unlucky. Sorry guys, I'm just figuring out how I can turn that sound off here.
Lucky.
Turning everything off. Okay, and Rory doesn't roll a double to get the gammon, so Roberto will get out of this losing 2 points. All right, 2-0 Rory. Roberto starts off 4-2, makes 4 point, of course. 2-1. I think he splits the back. Generally don't like slotting against an opening 3-1 or 4-2 because you're just too far behind if your opponent hits the 4. Nice shot. Roberto hits on the outside. Nice shot. Rory comes in, makes 20. We've got a usual holding game type structure established just after the first few rolls here. Roberto's got a big lead in the race. Rory's established on the 20 now. Rory just wants to try to use his remaining 12 checkers for containment. I think I would bring 2 down to the 11 and 10 here. Yep. Roberto has to leave a shot anyway, so I come up to the 22. I don't like this. I would have come up to the 22 and just played the 13-10 because you want to get off the 23 points when you have to leave a shot anyway. Rory hits it. Roberto comes in, hits back. Rory hits him again. And now Roberto, ugly number 3-6. I think he's got to come out here. I think you definitely want to come out to the 16 here. No, I don't like this play at all because now Rory can make a 4. He can send another checker back, or he can make his 5-point here. Rory, if Roberto had played out to the 16, Rory would have to deal with that threat. He's out of the board. All right, so Rory is looking at tidying his blots. He could just make the 5-point. He elects to make a little bit of vanilla, a little bit of chocolate type play. He brings the 6 out and hits with the 5. Okay, now he comes in, tidies up on the outside. Roberto's got some attacking numbers now, and with the better board, it behooves him to hit. Well, great shot, Roberto. So he'll make the 5-point, hit on the 3, and probably just play 13-10. I don't think he's worried about counting blots at this point, and I don't think 21-18. He could play 21-18 to slot Rory's bar, but all right, he likes to do it that way. If you're not going to play 13-10, I think I'd play 21-8 or 21-18. All right, nice shot, Rory. Wow, what a joker. Comes in, points. Roberto come in, make the 4-1. He has to leave a shot here to make the 9, then he leaves 2 blots. All right, so he elects to minimize the blots. Okay. Don't think Rory can double. I don't think Roberto can double here because 6 is not necessarily a market loser. All right, he doesn't make his bar, but he can advance. He wants to play safe. He's got to bring the Strador on the 7 into the 3. He can also just come out to the 18-point, which pressures Rory's blot on the midpoint. I think I would come out to the 18 here. Really not excited about playing 7-3. Rory finds the 5, brings the 3 down. Great shot. Roberto comes in double 2s. I think he's got to switch now to try and pick up that second checker and just play 13-11. Oh my God, another great shot. Rory comes in. Wow, that's second time this game. Rory's rolled his single best number.
Amazing.
Comes in there. Right, Roberto will come out to the 14. Another nice shot. Makes the 5. Built his transfer points there. That's fine. Roberto now has to play 14-7. I think. He plays 18-14. He has no 3. He's got to play 14-7. And if I'm Rory, I'm doubling this. You could hit the 3. You could just land out. You could just go out to the 15 or the 6. Or you double. I think Rory missed a double there. Very confident Rory missed a double there because, I mean, this is it's probably going to be a pass next roll. Rory, if Roberto clears his midpoint, then Rory just doesn't have much contact left to play with, and any other play breaks the board. If he plays 23-18, 7-3, then Rory's going to have some gammon threats. So I think I would have doubled last roll. This now is certainly a double. And I do think Roberto should make this play. Again, Rory doesn't double. I think we play 10-8 here. Could play 6-4, but I think I just play 10-8. All right, if Rory didn't double last roll, he's not going to double this roll. And now we're forced to play the 10-point. Roberto's made his board. And Roberto's now run out of time. Would have liked to have rolled something smaller. Again, I think Rory can double this. Roberto's got numbers to make his 3-point. He just rolls a number like this. Rory's got to come up. Roberto's got to come up with an 8. All right, again, a double.
Unlucky.
You can clear with a 7, 9, 10, or 11. You can just make the 3-point finally.
Your opponent takes.
I think there was a pass. I'm not sure where Roberto's getting play here. Though he is going to get an 8 shot. He can just play 6-4 here, so he's got builders and all the points. Probably just play 6-1. All right, now Rory has to hit him, and Roberto's going to have 10 returns here. Not find one of them.
Unlucky.
Nope. Just give it to him now. All right, Oberlin. We'll clear it, double 6s. 4-3, now we can clear it. Rory can bear up a little bit aggressively because there are some gammons that Roberto has a high open point, which he has no threat to make for a while.
Unlucky.
He takes the extra check draw, works out for him because Roberto misses.
Unlucky.
Another great shot, hit him, bear it off. Roberto fans. All right, now Roberto's going to get a shot. The 2 is forced, 3-1. And I think I would just play 4-1 also. If you take off from the 3, and then you get hit on the 2, you've got the 5-1 anti-joker. He hits you afterwards. There.
Awfully unlucky.
Roberto misses again. Let's just bring it around.
Very
Sufficient to save the game and makes the point, and now he'll get one more ace shot. Misses again.
Very unlucky.
Roberto needs to get off 3 here. He's got 18 pips to go. So he'll do it. And he saves unless Rory rolls a double.
Amazingly lucky.
Oh, Rory rolls a double. Ugly break. All right, 6-0, Rory. Cool. 6-5, 2-2 standard. I think Roberto just runs here. Not a great response. Would have liked to have done something to develop on his side without a 6. But his best play here is just to go and try and save the 20 hits. And Rory rolls 6-5, but Roberto will take anything that doesn't hit. And nice shot. Now we can play 15-10 and 13-8 and probably make the ace point. He's got a big lead in the race. And if Rory doesn't roll, if he doesn't hit Rory, Rory's going to have 5 numbers to hit. If he makes the point, Rory's only going to have 3 numbers to hit. Roberto's going to be up 20 pips after in the race after the roll in a situation where he's looking to double early. But Rory again comes up with the number. It's the 4-6. Roberto comes back 5-3, 2-1. Rory will hit with the ace. Ooh, Roberto fans, not the time for that. And Rory does not make the 5. He could make the bar here. I think I would make the bar, yeah.
Unlucky.
Nice shot for Roberto. Comes in, and he should just play 20-10 and then 13-8. And then you may have a double next roll if there's any blitzing possibilities. I would double this at this score. There's some small blitzing possibilities. If you roll a number that makes the 5 or the 4 or the bar, that's a market loser. Rory takes it. Roberto gets his blitzing number. Point on the 3, make the 5, and Rory comes in 4-1. Does he play the ace? Probably 5-4. Oh, he creates another block. I think Roberto should hit here and go for the gammon. If he didn't hit, he's stacking him up on the 5 point. And then Rory's got plenty of game if he rolls a deuce or 5-3. I would go for it. There's plenty of hits like 4-5, 4-6 that don't cover. Okay. Rory gets the fan, and there we go. Roberto's in great shape now. He'll make the deuce point here, and he's in great shape to bring his spares down from the midpoint and complete the closeout. But he rolls the exact number 4-2, and unless something strange happens, this will get Roberto back in the match, and we'll be looking at 6-4. Okay. The other one in here with double 5s, Rory's not saving this. He's got 15 crossovers to get off, and Roberto has only 8. All right, so we're going to be at 6-4.
New game.
Double 3s. I like just making the bar here. Inevitably, people look at hitting 13-7 loose and making the 5 or the 3. If you just lose too much when your opponent comes back, hits you on the bar, it's better to bank something good, take the 12, take the 19 pips and the start to your structure. 5-3 sensible split, double 4s for Roberto. Just make the deuce point. Great shot for Rory. 5-4 is best. Comes back, makes the 5. Roberto can only wish that Rory rolled something else because this would have made the 5. So he'll could have made the bar. Make the 10. This is okay. Rory just make the 4 point here. Doesn't even look at hitting. A little bit of an awkward number. There's any number of ways he could play 3 here. It's the 4th one. That's a problem. Probably just switch points. I think switch to the 9 and switch to the 3. Or just do that. Okay. Rory quickly makes his 5 point. I like that play. Take advantage of 2 blots. Roberto rolls a 4, but not one that allows him to cover any of the other blots. So what does he do here? No. You hit, you're continuing that checker to the 15, so Rory at least has bad 6s because he's going to have aces and 2s. And Roberto's board and 3s and 5s. The hit Rory's straggle left behind on the 22, so you don't want to give him the 6s. So if you hit, for sure, you go to the 15. Roberto decides not to hit. Rory brings his back checkers out. Covers, again, he's not worried about the blot on the 13 because nice play. He's not worried about that because Roberto's got the 3 blots in his board, and Roberto cannot hit here. He's going to bring the 5 in, cover something. Okay, yeah, this works too. You see that at first. This is a fine play. this is going to be a double pass next roll, unless Roberto rolls boxes, which he doesn't. So should be double pass here.
Your opponent doubles. New game.
All right, 7-4. Rory starts off with a 3-1. Nice counter, Roberto. Double ones. He elects not to make the bar. He plays 24-22, and it works out for him because Rory would have rolled the 6-1. So Rory comes out with 6-1. Now Roberto can anchor up on the 22 and hit, and Roberto's got a nice edge here. Rory doesn't. I guess he's looking at playing 7-5. Okay. I think I would have just anchored, but I'm not sure. Okay. So now maybe you make the 9-point. Gives Rory a few attacking numbers, but Roberto's got a very nice structure now. Great shot. 6-4. Double twos. I think he'll continue to the 9-point. He could play it 4. So Roberto's got plenty of time, so this much contact actually Rory may be hurting himself more than Roberto. What does he do? He either plays 13-5 or he could just go with the 11 pip lead. Rory makes a point. Roberto's going to clear that 15-10, 13-10. And he's got Rory pinned to a 3-point game, but not enough of a racing lead to double yet. Okay, only a 5-15. I don't think Roberto should double this yet. It's a very static position, but I think it's hard for Roberto to lose his market here. Double fives, maybe. Double sixes, maybe. But not many numbers. Okay.
Your opponent doubles.
All right, doubles. Still think it might be a tiny bit early, but this can't be materially wrong. The position is so quiet. Clears the midpoint. Just go ahead and clear the 10. You could play 9-5, 8-6, but you might as well. No problem clearing the 10. Maybe this is better just so you don't have such a stack on the 8 in case you roll a number of 5s. So Roberto up to a 7 pip lead now. This is where you can sometimes run into a problem. You rolled a 3. So yeah, I don't think you want to play 10-2 and volunteer anything. So you either clear the 9-point or play 6-1, 8-5. I don't like this. I wouldn't give him a shot. I think you just clear the 9-point. Or you do this. Maybe this is better because the racing lead isn't that big. I'm not sure between 8-5, 6-1. I absolutely would not volunteer a shot here like this. Okay, 10-4, and then 4-2. That's fine. You don't have to worry about the double sixes because double sixes doesn't play for the 9. Okay, now you can just shift to the bar point from the back, I think. Yep. And Roberto's got a nice 18 pip lead now. I think he should make the bar point. Okay, decides not to. Rory rolls double 5s, breaks his board, but evens the race. Now Roberto's got to think about containing a little bit. Rory's going to come off with 6s, and he'll have an option of 4. Rolls a 6-3. All right, Roberto rolls 6. I think he's got to hit him with 2 now. He doesn't have a big enough racing lead. Yep. Rory fans. Roberto covers 8-3, 6-4. No, 8-3, 6-4. All right, now it's fine. Slight misplay a couple rolls ago, but the 3-2 smooths it out. Rory comes in. Roberto Roberto's going to win a single game, and we'll be at 7-6. Good match. Couple interesting plays so far, and I think we'll see here, as we often see, the most very long matches ultimately come down to shorter matches, and we're halfway through, and it's a 1-point differential, and that's what we quite often see.
New game.
All right, 7-6. Rory makes the deuce point. Rory rolls 4-6. He'll bring the 6 out to 15. Rory rolls 5-4, split him down. And Roberto, with what is probably going to be a knockout number, double threes. Nice reply by Rory, though. Comes in with the 1. It's 3. Roberto, 5-4. Fantastic shot. And he's going to have a double next roll. Okay, Roberto should double this. Huge positional edge. It's on Rory's 5-point. There's no quick turnarounds. This is a double, and I'm not excited about taking it. I think Rory has a take, but this is certainly not a happy take. I'm not sure I don't know if he thinks it's too good. I don't think it's too good, but that should have been doubled. All right, well, Rory rolls doubles. It's just, but I think Roberto did miss a double there. Now, of course, it's a roughly even game. Yeah, I think this is a better play for Rory to make the bar than the 4, because he wants compactness and ease of movement, because he's now got a lead in the race, and so any tense position with a lot of contact would tend to favor the trailer in the race, which at this point is Roberto. So I like the back half of the play to play 13-7 with last 2. Now we can pick up the 10-point. Roberto will play 8-2. Question is, does he play safe, or does he play 6-4 to give himself some flexibility, risking the 1-2 and 1-4? I think I would have played 6-4 there and fade the 1-2 or the 1-4, but I'm not sure. Because now if Roberto rolls a 6, it's going to be uncomfortable, particularly if the other half of the number doesn't come out with back checkers. Okay. He's down in the race, just make the board. Nice shot by Rory, just play 8-3. Now Roberto rolls a 6. He's got to bring the 2 guys out. And Rory's got 7s and 8s to here. All right, great shot by Roberto. He's transposed this into a game in which he's just trying to get past Rory's anchor on the bar, and he's got the 15-pip lead in the race. Roberto could double this. He's got the 4 market losers, the double 2, double 2s, double 3s, double 4s, double 5s, double 1s, semi-market loser. And if he does roll 6, Rory's not going to have a redouble because he's so far behind in the race. And Roberto finds double 3s. Nice shot. You do not clear the 6-point, because then that creates 5-1, 5-2, 5-3 as additional shot leaving numbers.
Lucky.
Okay. Plays purely for the race, clears 1 and 1. Disadvantage of that is before he can go now. Roberto's got to double this. He does. He'll either clear it, or he'll leave a small shot with Rory will be a big underdog to hit, and Rory doesn't have a lot of racing lead. So Roberto's got 6 shot leading numbers. Rory will hit that 3rd time. That's 2 wins right there. Does Rory have enough race to take otherwise? I was going to continue thinking about it, but Rory decides he doesn't. So he passes, and we are 7-7. Okay, Roberto starts off 2-1, slotting. Rory 2-1 splits. Roberto double sixes. He should make his 5, make his own bar, and then come out to Rory's bar. To me, this is an easy play. I don't like this. Just
lucky.
I think the 5 has to come in. Now Roberto can double this. This may work out, but I think I would have gone with the priming approach last roll. I would have made the 5, made my bar, and played 24 and see. Rory should double. Rather, Roberto should double this. Rory's he's got a 17-pip lead. Rory's scrambling, and it's got a very stacked position. I'm not even sure Rory has to take here. We've got 9 in the zone, but it's a 3-point board, and Rory hasn't made any improvements. This is a very thin take at best, I think.
New game.
All right, Rory decides to let it go. 8-7 Roberto now. That's his first lead of the match. Roberto makes the bar. Nice shot, Rory. 11 and 4. (6-1) Roberto play 13-7 and split. Standard when you open with a 6-1 and your next roll has a 6 in it, you normally will bring the 6 down 13-7 and split if you can and bring another builder down. 5-1, 5 down, and then I'll play 23-22. Ooh, I think this is pretty big. I don't like this. He's 2 is not a class of number that plays particularly well for Rory, and Rory's already got his blitzing numbers with aces and high doubles. It's the numbers to make the 5, so I think Roberto thought better of giving him the 2 there with the. So Rory rolls 6-5. He comes out. Roberto, he's got 2 approaches here. He can make the 5. He can make the 4, or he could hit loose and anchor up. He decides to make a point in front of Rory. Rory rolls 2-5, tries to go. Absolutely. Nice shot, Roberto, 3, and I'd bring the 4 down as well. Just really focused on Roberto's 5 points. Roberto's 5 points is the key point in the board right now. Rory comes in, hits 1-5. Roberto comes back. Roberto thought briefly about a double there, but I agree it's not a double. So he'll hit. And what do we do with the 4? Okay, he does not want to come up and give Rory a good 6, but he does put a checker out of play. It's a semi out of play. That's a disadvantage of the play. Okay, Roberto should make Rory's bar now. Leave that blot on the 9. Hope that Rory misses it. Rory does miss it, so Rory's going to start his 5 point. And Roberto, this is quite an awkward number, 6-4. What does he do with this? Looks like he has to play 10-4, 9-5, which is just quite unsightly. But I don't think there's any alternatives. You're not going to play 10-4, 8-2. You can't move the back checkers. It has to be 10-4, 9-5. There's just nothing else. Rory will cover and start for 3. Excellent shot, Roberto. He'll shift from the 18 to the 16, make his 5 point. Rory now probably plays 11-8, 11-7. He's trying to keep that double blocking point, but breaking the 8 and putting the builders so close to the point he needs to cover is a little bit awkward. But he rolls a great shot this time. That small number is great for Rory. Roberto will make the deuce point. And now Rory will clear his 11. And let's see what Roberto rolls here. Probably going to have to clear the 8 or leave the shot. And don't double this, because if you leave a shot and Rory hits, you're going to get the cube right back, and there's not any damage. There's no reason to double this. Roberto must be looking at double, but I definitely would not double this. Mirror market losers, 6-5. Boxes 5, 6-5. double threes. Double ones and double twos are great, but not quite market losers. You've got about 7 or 8 numbers. It's not enough here. And if he leaves a shot, Rory's very close to a recube if on a hit, because this he's got a 4.5 prime, poised to be a 5 prime pretty quickly. But Roberto's thinking about it. Got my curiosity about this one. All right, well, Roberto does roll one of his market losers.
Very lucky.
And nothing Rory can do at this point. Roberto will double, Rory will pass, and it will be 9-7. I'll look at that one later. I'm pretty confident that wasn't a double. Okay. Rory comes out and down. Let him hit for Roberto. Rory gets them back. First bad number, Rory's got a 5-1 here. He elects to hit just to prevent Roberto from making more progress. Roberto will come in with the 5 and make the bar. Okay, when he hits that side, I didn't see that. Right. Five, 20, 23, 28, 7. Ooh, bad 6-5 for Rory. I think he wisely doesn't have the ace. There's nothing to be accomplished for that. Roberto rolls double twos. I'd make the 11-point here. You've got the spare on the 24 to play with, and if you have to run off the anchor, Rory's so underdeveloped. I think you're thinking long term about how to get home here. The 11-point helps that. So yeah, nice play, Roberto. 6-4. And Rory comes off the rear anchor, makes his deuce point. Roberto will play 24-14 here. Nice shot, 2. And he brings the 5 out. Nice play. Roberto's not really looking to hit with an ace to break the 11-point. He would, but it's not a great hit for him. And so Rory gets that spare out into the outfield where he can use it to in the battle to contain Roberto's rear checkers. So Roberto comes in on the 4 and hits on the ace instead of just playing bar 16 into a triple shot. Rory enters on the 5, makes the 11. Roberto rolls 4-2. Guess at this point, he's just make the ace. Yep. Great shot, Rory, double twos. And I think, make the 9-point at this point, because if the block comes in on 3, you've got the extra blockage there. This is okay. I think I would have made the 9-point, though. Can't be a huge deal. All right, now I can make the 9-point. Now it's clearly right. And what does Roberto do now? He's got to clear his 8, which is not ideal, or go to make Rory's bar, leaving the straggler on the 20 exposed to an attack at a point where Rory's home board is not such a good defense. I think it's too dangerous to come off the anchor. So maybe clear the 8? Oh no. This is a little bit dangerous, but the other play of breaking the 8 is quite ugly. Problem is Rory brings the straggler into the outfield, but all right, Rory rolls an imperfect number here too, because he would have liked to have rolled something where he could play the whole roll with the spare on the 20. but he doesn't, and now he's got to break his board with the ace. Nice shot, Roberto. Just play 22-15, get that guy into the outfield. So now you eliminated your mobility issue. Rory doesn't have a threat to hit it with the two blots. Can, but it's not a profitable hit for Rory. Ooh, well, that makes it profitable because he fans. Rory's going to cover the ace. Plays the 3 in. He could have looked at 2017 to get off. I don't know, but that might have been too dangerous. So what does he do now? I think just 9-2. Yep. And Roberto comes in and out. Nice shot. Rory's coming out for sure. And I guess he's got to pick up the 11 point. Have anything else? Roberto would have liked to build a point. He's not concerned about that blot on the 16 because he's now down 20 pips in the race. And if Rory rolled an 8, it's not so convenient anyway to blot on the board, but he didn't roll anything good, so he saved his blot. And Rory's just going to have to play 8-1 here. He's not running into a double shot. Trying to place. Roberto make the well, it's not the break. Put a check out of play. It's probably better. Okay, nice shot, 5-2. Fill it in. Roberto's got to play 7-2 and then 4-3, I guess, or 7-6. I'm not sure. Yeah. Plays 4-3. Rory can't move the checkers on the 17, so I mean, he can try. He can make a run for it now. He can play 17, 13, 17, 16, which doesn't leave too many hidden covers, but decides not to. Roberto rolls a bad number here, 4-6. Does not want to start putting checkers out of play, so he clears the 11 point. Rory rolls a joker, huge number, the 11. Rory rolls 2-1 to close his board. Now, Rory, it's not easy to get that last checker home, but he does have a 15 pip lead in the race. Most likely he's going to have to play to his 12-13, fade the 7 or 8 shot, and then bring that checker home next time. But that's close enough that he doubles, and I think it's a good double. But I think Roberto has a take here. One 6-1 leaves a shot. Double sixes leaves a shot. Double fours leaves a shot. So he's got 4 immediate shot levers, and it only goes up as or it kills his flexibility. What does Roberto do now? He's got to break the board. So Roberto could play, or Rory could play 17, 14, 2-1 to put it 6 away. Or he just stays back. I think I'd move to the 16 at least, because you're a little bit closer, and 11 away is actually safer than 12 away. I like going 17, 16. Then yeah, probably 8, switching from the 8 to the 7 and playing the 2-1 inside. I think this makes the most sense. Okay, 6-2 for Roberto. Okay, not safety. Now Roberto has to come out with a 5 or 6. Wow, great shot. So I think he runs all the way. Hope that Rory rolls a small number. I think we come out all the way. Hope that Rory rolls a small number that weighs, and then you get the 7 shot next time. You're not splitting them, and if you come just to the 18, you've got to break your board. I guess you could play 20-18 twice, 5-3 twice. Problem with this is the 9s and the 11s are pretty good for Rory, and if you hit, you don't automatically, you're not close to a win once you break the board. I don't know. This is a tough play. My initial instinct was just to go to the 16, which is the best play for the race and gives me the most wins when I do hit, even though it gives Rory a safe space on 8s and 9s. Okay.
Lucky.
We'll have to check that one out later. Okay, in any event, Rory rolls boxes. He's going to win a single game, and it's going to be 9-9. We'll be 6 away, 6 away. I turn on the light in my room because it's getting to sunset at this time of year in New York.
New game.
All right, and we are 6 away, 6 away. And Rory's declared a short break. I don't think Roberto saw it before he played, but they've stopped the clock now, and Rory's taking a short break. All right. And they're pausing the clock. Given the amount of time that Rory's used, I think it's quite unlikely he's going to run out of time. So thank you all for joining us. I see Michael Niagu there. I don't know who Gammon or Dipcat or Gandu are. Obviously, I'm here. Lyurix is Dmitry Obakov, and appreciate all you guys joining us. It's been an exciting, hard-fought match so far. Rory had the best of the dice early, but then Roberto fought his way back after an easy gammon and a couple other wins, and now here we are tied. I always like this format. I think the WBIF puts on a great set of events. The ability to self-schedule everything is ideal, and I went on a run a couple years ago to min cash in this. I think I made it through 18 matches before my 5th defeat. This year wasn't as lucky, just lost to Paul Swain in I think the 15th, 14th round perhaps, because that's what they're doing. So I'm out. But it's fun to get in a competitive match between the live tournaments, and this is one of my favorite formats. So really appreciate these guys doing that tournament. And as Roberto points out, the match is also being streamed on his YouTube channel, the Cafe YouTube channel, and they are ready to resume. All right. Roberto played an opening 5-2, Rory 6-5. He'll run here with 6-3. Rory 6-4, he should run. I think I run there.
Unlucky.
Looks to make the deuce. Roberto responds with a great 5-4. A double threes to make 2 points.
Unlucky.
Rory comes down, Roberto hits him, and now Roberto should
opponent
play on
doubles.
here. A little bit too quick. I think he should play on there. I don't
New game.
see any market game scenarios. Roberto was up about 30 pips in the race, so he just plays carefully. And even if Rory rolls a 4-3, he's got a 4-point game. 30 pips down the race. That's not
Lucky.
much of a take. So there weren't really any market game sequences for Rory. Okay, Roberto is up 10-9, 5 away, 6 away. Starts off with 3-1. Rory's now anchored on his 3-point. Roberto runs 4-3. Rory misses him. Not great. Has to play 13-6. And Roberto rolls double threes. That's a great shot. I think he played 24-15, 13-10. And he's got a big edge in the game once again. He's safety his 2 back checkers. I play 13-10. Yeah. Pay the 4 numbers when he has the board. Rory slots 2 points. 5-3. I think I just played 13-5 here. Blot on the 10 points, not in any danger. I mean, you could play 15-10, 13-10 to try to clear that point. Because Rory has very few good hits here. But you do pay off to the 3-3 Super Joker. 3-6. That's one of the good hits, so Rory should hit him and cover. Roberto comes back. Nice shot, 5-1.
Lucky.
Entered hit. Rory, bad shot, 3. Now he's going to play 7-2. And Roberto might have a double here. He's up many pips in the race, and he can make a point. And even if he doesn't, he waits. Rory's not in a position to hit him. I would have looked a little bit longer at doubling that. Now again, Roberto can double here. He's up 7 pips in the race. He's got a lot of numbers to make a point. He did make one here. And did have a lot of numbers to make the point. What does he do? I don't think he wants to leave anything, so he's just going to play 13-8, 6-2, I think. Yep. Oh, boys out. Thinking about leaving that blonde there as a distraction play. But then he's going to play 8-3. Roberto, I don't think so, because he'll be playing with 2 blots, 1 in his board, so just playing 5. I think that's prudent. Now Rory will. All right, so Rory leaves the rare guy in and tries to disengage directly into a race that's become competitive. Roberto does not roll an ace that's pick and point type number, which you would like 1-1-2, 1-3, 1-5, 1. He rolls 4-2, so I just make the 4-point. Or he rolls double threes. Fills in his board, rolls 2 spares. All right, now Roberto rolls 5-1. He should pick and point here. He's now behind in the race, so this is a great shot. Great shot.
Unlucky.
And now he's even in the race. Rory's on, good double. And I would pass this if I was Rory. Don't think you get enough play out of this.
New game.
Okay. All right, 4 away, 6 away. On the outside, good.
Unlucky.
The double threes. I would not hit 24-15 because I didn't go with the last one. I would just make the bar. You could play 14-5, 8-5 and make the 5-point, but then you can just make your bar, and that negates a lot of value of the 5 points. So nice play, Rory. Roberto will come in and hit. If it's the right play. Yep. Here Rory comes in with a 3. He's gonna make his 5-point. Gonna make it heavy. And Roberto makes his bar, I think. I don't think he can play 24-17 here and leave all those shots. So he's got to make his bar. Rory has an edge here. All right, I was going to say, does he have enough to double? Apparently, he thinks he does. I think Rory's got a very stacked position. I think Roberto can take this.
Your opponent takes.
This one. Oh, all right. I think I would leave that shot. All right, now Rory makes the 4. Now it's starting to get to be an unfair position for Roberto. Comes back with the 5. Rory hits him. Now we have an interesting point. How big does Rory want to go to get to 2-way, 4-way here? Could play 7-3, 7-5. Could hit with the 4 from the 6.62 and play 13-11 down. That's a little safer because you keep them apart, and that's what he decides to do. Okay. Roberto comes in with the 1 and plays 4-7-3. Rory rolls 4-3. I think he goes for the gamut here, just makes a 3-point. Roberto doesn't roll the deuce. He comes in. And now if Rory can find, ooh, bad number. He needed a 6 to make the bar point or a 5 to make the deuce. That's going to let one of Roberto's checkers escape. All right, now finally he makes the deuce. All right. Roberto's not clearing his midpoint and leaving any more shots, so he's just got to play 7-1. Rory stacks him up there. Roberto's looking for a 6 here. That'll set his timing and save almost all the gammons. If Roberto can't get that rear checker out for a while, then Rory's got some gammons here. Bring him down. 13-5. You should just play something that leaves 2 direct covers to the 4-pointer. He wants to shift 5-4 or 6-4, set him up so there's 2 direct covers of the open high point. Doesn't really matter what he does. That's fine. 13-4. So Rory want to leave 6-1 to get off quicker. Decides he does. Now here I would keep a spare on the 6-point, yep, so you can hold your board longer. Okay, Roberto's got a break. And Rory's got a good chance of having a couple of checkers off and Roberto cracking down to a 4.4 next roll. And so now Roberto is going to in danger of losing some gammons here. We're probably up to about 30, 35, 40% gammons here. 5-4 awful. That's just going to encourage Rory to play bigger. Finally, Roberto gets the checker out. Rory, how big does he want to play? I don't mind taking a checker off here. You get off the double shot next roll. It's good backfire. Right now, 1 off. And I think we play 5-3 now. Oh, takes it off. All right. Okay, we're gonna make the board. Wow, this is Roberto's best variation. Rory rolls 6-1, 5-1, 4. Roberto hits him back. Rory comes in. Plays 3-2 just to pocket the pip. I think it's just in case Roberto hits me again later, that pip could matter. Roberto gets him 21-12.
Very lucky.
Rory again comes in with the 6. Now I would come out. No, you want to be hit outside here, not inside. Well, actually, it's hard to be hit. It's hard to be hit inside with no covers. This reason. But I still might have come out just to leave fewer numbers. Roberto is bearing off. Both total 5s, and I think Roberto's going to win the game if Rory doesn't hit here. Now Roberto's got to look at the recue here. Rory passes. He's 2 away, 6 away. I think Roberto needs to Oh, it's 11-9 to 13. I'm terribly sorry. This is going to be the match. I thought it was a 15-point match. I'm sorry, everybody. Had it been a 15-point match, Roberto would have had a double. But all right, so that's going to be it.
We have a winner. Cafe Cafe.
All right, everybody. Thank you for joining us. I know I enjoyed this match. As I said, two guys who are regulars in the backgammon community, great guys, accomplished both in terms of running events for the community and as players. And looking forward to seeing you all at a live tournament soon. Thanks. All right, so we'll stay on. I don't know if either of the guys wants to join us.